What's up, stream? So today I'm going to be working with you on a tutorial of what this game consists of. It's still in beta, so it's still early access of the game. It will soon be coming out as a console game for Xbox, and it will soon come out with the full release of the game. So I will be showing you guys, so people who play Xbox and don't have a PC, never got the chance to play it, it's going to be like a starter guide for you. To help you out and just get you on the basis terms of what you need to do, what you need to know, and areas to go. So we'll start out with the green zone. So green zone for me is places that are 100% safe, good for beginners, really good for the beginning level of the game. So beginning levels is Gatka, this whole field. And I wish I could, like, sharpen that quality a little bit. Is there a way to, yeah, size down. Erase that. Come on, erase. There you go. Much better, yeah. This whole road here. So Gatka, very good place to go. And very good place to see. Let's see. Is there a way to zoom out? No, of course not. So this whole field here, if you drop in a parachute here, you can see literally everyone in this area. You can go see people drop here, 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 and here. Those are the 5 main locations to drop in Gatka. Those are great places to start in. It just shows you where everyone's at. You'll know where people parachuted and landed in. You have many options to go to. If you land like in this area, you have tons of options to go to, and you know where everyone's at, so it's very safe for you. Another great place to start out at is the Water Town. Water Town is a very good place to start and like get to knowing like how to jump stuff, what you can jump, what you can't jump. It's a great place to start that area of knowledge. It's very safe. Most of the time, not many people go there, really. It's very rare. Most of the time, 2 or 3 people will usually go there, maybe. That's a very high number. After that, it's very uncommon to see more than that number of people go there. After that, I'm trying to think here. I hate to say it, the power plant, not multi-power. Power plant is a very good place to go for practice on like mid to long range battles. And there's many places to go here. So you have your main building here. That's a great place to loot. There's warehouses here, here, and here, with many tents spread out. So it's a very, very high loot area. It has a lot of military gear. That's beginner to intermediate probably. Just a very good place to go to loot. Now, big town wise, like you want to start looting big towns, that's when you get to the intermediate level. That's the orange zone for me. The best places to go for if you want to loot big towns is Yasnia, Zarki, and Primosk probably. Those are your orange zone areas. Other orange zone areas would probably include like the farm and mansion and probably Lavoka. But we want to stick with Yasnia, Primosk, and Zarki for now for the video. So the reason I label these, so Yasnia is an orange zone because it's probably one of the biggest towns in the entire game. It's a huge city area, tons of stuff there. I mean, it's just a giant map. And besides from Georgia Pole, it's one of the biggest places on the map. Great place to go if you're a beginner. The place you want to hit, I'm going to square it off for you. Just down this side of the street. This little section right here. This back street can get you all the gear you should need. If you need any more, I would work your way into the town area over here. Which will move your way into that town. But this back corner here should cover you. Give you enough cover and concealment and give you enough loot, so you should be pretty stacked to come out. And the good part about this place If you need to, if it's a north side map, you can move up to here to this location. It's usually a very good spot to loot for medical and stuff. Primosc is a great place, but many people like to go here. The thing that sets apart Primosc from Yasnia is Yasnia, it's very rare to find people. It's a very hard place to find. You don't really find that many people in Yasnia. In Primosc, it's very open turf. It's very open battle. This area has warehouses in it, so there's only 3 warehouses. A lot of people. That's like where the majority of people like to go. And then the rest pretty much is all open houses and just a giant open field. There's not much cover between the houses, so you have to be careful in this area. This is a very good place for house-to-house combat, working on trying to trap people in houses and what you do after you've trapped them. Zarki right now. Zarki, the only reason I labeled this orange zone is because you need to know where vehicles are in this place. So vehicles, there's a warehouse right here. Dang, and there's a warehouse right here at the top of this hill. Dang. Usually there's a vehicle either here or here. And there's usually a boat in this area on the beachhead. But the problem is if there's not vehicles there, you almost have to go here, here, and sometimes here to find vehicles. Don't quote me on that. That's just where vehicle spawns are likely to be. I don't know 100%. The maps are randomized along with the cars and the weapons and stuff, so there's not a 100% chance there's going to be something there. And the main reason this Zarki is a orange zone for me is the location. There is very, very rare you're going to see a circle ever go to Zarki and stay in Zarki. Most of the time you're going to be rushing either to Georgia Pole, Cervny. I mean, those are the places you have to go to find a car. Most of the time you're going to need a vehicle. You need to know what to do, how to prioritize to get vehicles, and what's the best route for you. If you get a boat, I mean, you have to go a long way around just to get to Georgia Pole. That's a huge trip all its own. That's probably that's a half a tank of gas right there. Let alone getting all the way down to here if it's a military base map, you think. So Zarki is a very gutsy play. I would almost always recommend you guys look on the roads for vehicles along your path if you have to absolutely take that. Now we're going to get into the red zones. These are places for advanced players. You don't want to go here unless you really know what you're doing in the game. You put in at least 100+ hours in the game. You've gotten chicken dinners, you know what you're doing, and you know places to go. Red zones for me is the multi-power, the prison, most of the time the shelter area, Cervny, and the whole Georgia Pole area. That's probably my recommended. Well, actually, no, I'm going to take that back. There's one more. That's Nova Prini. It's a great red zone place, actually. So these are places you really want to go. If you're advanced, you know what you're doing. You're kind of getting used to getting aggressive. So we'll start out with Georgia Pole. The reason I picked Georgia Pole is because mainly just because of loot. You got to know what you're looting. And in this place, there's a ton of apartment buildings, and you do not want to go for those apartment buildings. Those apartment buildings are a no-go. You never go apartment buildings in Georgia Pole. It's just a waste of looting time. You just don't want to go here. There's usually apartments here and here, and you just don't want to go there. The apartments are just so bad to go in. They take too much time. It takes a minute to get through each one, probably. That's so much time crunching, and most of the time the circle's not going to be nice to Georgia Pole. You want to loot these houses and stuff along the area. You don't loot the apartments. There's a warehouse section right here, and the warehouse section, it's a very good place to look into mid to long range combat. You know, you gotta get used to your ACOG and your 2x, all that stuff. It's a great place to go, but you gotta really watch it because you get on those shipping containers, and if you get on those, it's very likely you're gonna get shot at if people spawn there with you. Cervny. It's just a giant battle location down this main road, crossing from this street to this street, and there's a lot of vehicle spawns here. We'll use brown for vehicle spawns. So there's usually a vehicle spawn here, and here most of the time, if there are vehicle spawns. But this is just a very high intensity area. If the plane goes here, even if the plane's going north to south, it's a very high intense area. So you really have to be careful. So Servany is just a very high battle area. Shelter. So there's a bunker. There's bunkers in shelter, and it is like right here. If you want to go to shelters, it's like in this area. This whole area right here, I'm marking and circling. There are hidden bunkers in the mountains. If you don't know they're there, don't go there until you're an advanced player. It's a very high risk area, and I'm just talking like first drop and after. If this is a black zone, if it's after the drop, you never go in those bunkers after the drop. So this place, it's very close range. So unless you're comfortable fighting people like within 5 to 10 meters of you, don't go there. But it's very good loot. I'd say low to medium loot. You should come out of there with at least an assault rifle and some medical. So here and here, there's a town and a warehouse. Very popular spots. You can get introduced into very close range combat here, but very long range combat here. You get sniped on, and you have to fight a sniper battle. But here you could be fighting in houses, so it's very close together, but very different very different battle situations. Prison, moving along to prison. This is almost a black zone for me, but if no one's been there, and let's say the plane route went like, let's see, we'll use white. Well, no, I don't use white actually yet. We'll use yellow for plane routes. So let's say the plane route was going like this way and it was veering north, and you know for a fact no one jumped for that. It's a very good place to like drop near Pachinki and grab a car in this area and then travel along the roads just to go there, because the prison's a very good loot area. You come out of there pretty stacked with medical and weapons, so it's a very good area. But if you spawn, I would say only go there if you're advanced. If you spawn there, the plane route's good, and you know people are going to go because it's a very high intensity fighting area. The Malta Power. This isn't the power plant. This is Malta Power. This is like the factory that's right next to the power plant. So this big building has lots of openings. It's like a giant open building. This is a sniper's paradise. If you jump here and you start here, a lot of people like to go here because this place can contain as good as loot, if not better loot, than this place. So there's a little roof on this side you want to try and land on. But other than that, it's a 3-story building. Almost, I would say, medium to high loot chance in here. It's a very good chance to get a sniper from this location, an assault rifle from this location, even a suppressed SMG from this location, and usually level 2 backpack and good medical. A lot of people like to drop here, so only go here if you're really comfortable with close quarters combat and you know the building. I'd say kind of do some test games in here, or maybe drive to here. Like same thing. If this line is looking good, just drive here, and you'll get tons of great loot. Novo Prinny, for good cause. It's right by the military base. A lot of people from military base like to come in, and let's see here. Use this for car and plane paths. Like to drive this road and come in here. It's a very popular town. If your plane path, and this is a very common plane path you'll see, it goes across the river, something like this. This is a very common plane path. A lot of people don't think so because it's such a southmost plane path, but this is very common to see in PUBG. People are, if you're in my area, I've put in about 300 hours, I'm very used to seeing this plane path. So if you see this, Novo is a very high spawn area. People can come in from here and here. As soon as the plane drops, it's a very big spawn point for you. And rightly so. Has military grade loot. I'd say level 3 loot all the way. Should come out of there with at least one piece of level 3 gear. Should come out there with stacked weapons, sights, attachments, everything you need with medical. So it's a very good place. Now, after this, I would say we're going to get into the black zones. These are places you never go in the game, you never spawn in. If you're going for chicken dinners, just don't go here. It's just not worth it, and it's just, there's no point. So places for me is hospital, right by Georgia Pole, shooting range by Cerveny, let's see here, Pachinki, school, military base, and I thought there was one more. I'm trying to think here. I want to say Roshawk, but that's almost a 50-50. But I'm not going to label that since I'm on the edge. So the reasons these are black zones, first off, the hospital. Never go here, okay? I'm going to tell you right now, it's like a mini version of the school. It's like a miniature version of the school. It has so much less loot. I can't even tell you to come out of there with the assault rifle. It's very popular if the plane path is by Georgia Pole. So say the plane path veers, we'll just like make it optimized plane path. So boom, kind of goes this way. It's very likely a lot of people are going to go to Georgia Pole, but it's very, very likely a lot of people are going to go to hospital. And I don't know why. It seems like it's a mini hospital, so that's kind of like a beginner area for people wanting to go to school maybe. But it's just not worth it. It's just a horrible area. Very low loot, I think. Low to medium loot, I would say. Medium at best on a good spawn game. So just don't go there. You'd be better off going to Georgia Pole. It's right down the road. Like, literally, it's like 50 meters from a Georgia Pole warehouse here and here. Next is Pachinki. So Pachinki, while it's good loot, it's never guaranteed loot, and a lot of people like to spawn here. And I'm not going to say it's a never go here. It's almost like between red and black for me until you get used to it. But if you're going for chicken dinners, you're better off never going here. Just avoid Pachinki at all cost. And because there's at least, I'd say, 10 to 20 people here dropping in just Pachinki. It's a very popular area. I'd say 10 is a common number to see. I think in Pachinki it's very rare to see. It's very common to see 5 to 10. We'll put the number at 5 to 10. And it's very, I'm not going to say it's uncommon to see more than 15, honestly. It's a very crazy, ecstatic area to go to. I would never walk into Pachinki, like if you're coming in from the island and you're just driving through. I would almost take the fields and go all the way around it. If you're coming from the water town, I would go all the way around it. Just take any path you can around Pachinki. It's just a very bad area. Lots of people like to shoot. This is a crazy area. Close quarters combat. You'll get flanked. You'll get taken from behind. You'll get ambushed. It's a horrible area. Once you think you have someone trapped in a building, another person kills you while you're working on a strategy to get in that building safely. So Pachinki is just a no-go for me when I'm going for chicken dinners and I want wins. We're just gonna work left to right. So shooting range is a never. You never go here ever. You never go here. Almost ever in the game, ever. Like you never go here in the game unless you absolutely positively need a gun. You don't have anything. This is just a black site. Don't go here. Shooting range. It sounds good and the hype is so big on it, but every time I go there, I find maybe one assault rifle, maybe one first aid kit. So I'm gonna put that in low to mid loot. It's very rare I come out of that with everything I need, and most of the time I have to travel to Cerveny to get extra medical, extra storage, extra armor. It's just a horrible place to go. It's not worth the time and the effort to get there. And many people like to go here. It's very common to see maybe 3 or 4 people go here, and that's a lot of people with such a low loot chance. So I just would not test it. I would not go there and try to loot the area. Next is the school. This is a black site as well. So black sites, I'm gonna put stars on because this is just a no-go. I'm gonna even black it out. You don't go to school. You just never, ever, ever go to school. This is a idiotic idea. I'm gonna black out this too while I'm talking about it. So the reason the school is a black site no-go, never, not even if you need a gun, you don't go there. You don't go to school. Even if you need a gun. You have Watertown right there. You have ruins right here. You have Roshawk. You have apartment buildings all around it. There's so many better options to go than school. The reason the hype is so big on the school and everyone goes to the school, it's very common to see 10 to 15 go here in this one little area. Just this one little area. Let me use this color. So this one little baby area has 10 to 20 people going here every single game. It's very popular. It's insane how many people go to this place with such a low loot. It's, I'd say, medium loot chance, and I'm being generous to the school. It's just because it's the school and it's hyped. I don't go there enough to actually really know 100%. But as soon as you drop, very likely you're going to die in the first minute as soon as you drop there. If you survive a minute, it's just the first minute is critical there. If you survive the first minute, very likely you'll survive. But there are, I gotta get this again. There are apartment buildings right here, and people go there, and then they snipe people coming out of the school. So it's very likely you're gonna get shot as soon as you come out of the school. Either way you go. Roshawk, people will be waiting for you. So I mean, honestly, going to Roshawk, this line right here, there's hills along this ridge, and that's not the color I want to use for hills. Use blue. So there are hill lines all the way around here almost, and people stack up on those hill lines with assault rifles and snipers and submachine guns even, and they just wait for people from school to come there, and they just kill you. So like no matter where you go, people will kill you. It's just a horrible area. You never go there ever. It's just school is a dumb idea. You will die. I've never came out of school alive from the spawn drop. Moving on to military base. Military base, I'm just going to put an X around. I might not make it a black site because it is doable, I think, but it's only for experienced players. I saw a map one time, and it said 90% trying to survive, 10% looting, and that's 100% accurate. So in military base, there are 1, 2, 3 bunker locations. There's a building right here that's giant. There's 3, I want to say apartment buildings, like mini apartment buildings. There's garages along here, and 2 medium-sized buildings here. So I mean, you see that it's all pretty spread out. It's pretty spread thin. These are just shipping containers here. These are airplanes right here. Airplane boneyard. It's not a good place to go. If you know what you're doing, you know military base is not worth it. There's so many better options, like the coast. Even Nova would be a better option than that. Primoz would be a better option. Ferry Pier would be a better option. There's so many better options around it, and it's so hard to get off the military base. Very likely you'll die within the first 2 minutes here. If you make it out, you have to start looking for vehicles, which are very rare to find. There's usually vehicles along this road here, right here, but most of the time they are taken already, and it's very, very likely someone's camping them, so they'll snipe you as soon as you come in, because they're very good sniping locations. So it's just it's hard to get out of. It's hard to stay alive when you're in the loot. I'm gonna say medium to high, but it's almost not worth it because you have to find it and put in the work to find it. The main buildings that have the great loot are here and probably here. The apartment buildings. Those are the best places to be if you want to find good loot. But the military base, there's so many better options around it. The reason I have black sites is because the black sites are surrounded by advanced and intermediate zones. I mean, you can there's so many better options to go. I mean, it's stupid. Now I'm going to get into the black sites. Black site, like, traveling areas, places you never want to be or go. And I'll give you reasons for that. So, black sites include this bridge, the quarry. trying to think here. And boom. So these are black site locations. And by that, I mean you do not want to be caught here. This is the area you do not want to be caught in. And you need to never go, and you just need to veer away from it and just not be in that central zone. So these two places right here, boom and boom, are because they're giant open locations. This is a sniper's paradise, okay guys? This is instant death in any of these places. It's very likely circles closing on these areas, and I don't know why, but it's just, excuse me, a very open area. Even with a car, it's gutsy because people are so prone to shooting at you in these areas. It's just a horrible place to be. If you go into any of these areas, please have a vehicle at least, but just go around them, veer on this road here. I mean, paths to take, just take this road, take this road even. Just get away from those areas and travel away from them. Yasnia, just take this little mini road here. There's plenty of looting area. Don't go in these areas, okay? This is just a horrible spot. One of my favorite areas in the label as a green zone is right here, but it's just so alone and in such a bad spot that if the circle's not good to me, I'm pretty much screwed. So I'm trying to veer away from that. But these places are just open fields, never go there. The quarry, it's just, if you go there for loot, it's not worth it. And if you go there traveling, it's not worth it. There's giant hills along, it's literally a mine quarry, an open mine quarry, all the way through. And it's just so hard to maneuver around. You can't take a vehicle through this place. There's no way. Even a motorcycle, you're probably risking a lot of health damage or death. So just don't go in the quarry. It's not worth it traveling-wise or loot-wise. These bridges I've labeled, and for very, very good cause. In fact, while I'm doing this, places you don't want to be, it's right here too. Right there, that little spot right there, that's a death zone. But these bridges, let's say, I want to use for a circle. No. I'll use pink for a circle. So say the circle is doing this. Your better judgment's telling you the circle's gonna squeeze into the line, and the line's gonna squeeze you to the military base. So you have to cross somehow. I want to delete this. There you go. Delete that. I'm gonna delete that. I'm gonna delete that. Come on. Delete. There you go. So your better judgment's gonna tell you to move to the island somehow. What I want you guys to do, once you guys get cars, okay, you get vehicles, travel along this beach right here, and if you have to, right here, there's always a boat there, always a boat. There's always a boat. Sometimes there's boats in this area, sometimes, but most of the time it's just this area, right here. And if you don't find a boat, I'm gonna be honest, I've done this a couple times and it has worked every single time for me. I just take a vehicle off this road and I ramp it off this cliff right here. This cliff is just a beautiful jump cliff. It gets you can almost jump the car halfway to the island, and it's just a great place to start off. It's a very safe bet if you can land the car right. Plus, it looks really cool. So that's a great place to go. These are all cliffs along this area right here. Boom, 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 boom. So you can really jump it anywhere you want. But right there is probably the best place to jump it because it'll land you halfway. It's the shortest place, land-to-land-wise. But these bridges, there is always people guarding these bridges. If the map looks like it's going to go to a military base, even if it looks like it, but it won't, there's always at least 1 or 2 people guarding these bridges at all times. Going to try and trap you, wreck into you. stop you, shoot your tires out, shoot you out. There's always people on this bridge, and it does so much damage that's unnecessary. You can just swim along the beachhead. Now, I marked this area black site because this is where everyone likes to snipe. There's a lot of people. There's a little forest area right here in this area, and people like to group up in this area and snipe anyone who comes on the beach. So if you do crash your car, best bet, go straight into this area, Try and get away from those black sites. This area is not as bad right here, but it's bad enough I wouldn't go there. So, green zone for guys, I'd say with less than 20 hours in the game. You're trying to get a hold of the game, get a hold of shooting, and all that stuff. Gatka, great place to go. Watertown, a beautiful place to go. Awesome loot there for looters who kind of need to get used to the jumping and what you can jump and what you can't jump. And Power Plant is a great place for mid to long range combat. Mid to long range combat, close combat, beautiful places to go. Orange Zone, intermediate players who have put in probably 20 to 50 hours of the game. You're kind of getting used to it. You're kind of getting used to chicken dinners. You want to up your game, want to get more action. Farm, Lavoka, Mansion, Yasnia, Zarki, Primosk, all great places to go. I didn't cover the farm, but it's a very popular area. It's medium loot, low to medium loot, but it's a very popular area, so it's a good place to get in a fight. A lot of people travel through here. Sorry. And Lavoka, it's not really a high intense area. It's only if the plane drops there. It's a great place to get in fights. Mansion, great place to get in fights. Mid-circle after the spawn. Mansion is a great place to work on house-to-house combat, trapping people when you're trapped in a building. Just great place. Zarki works on your circle maintenance, how you control the circle when it comes in after you. So here, circle's coming in after you. I mean, that circle comes in fast when it's a circle. I mean, it's just a bad circle all the way around. You never want to be stuck there. So it's just how calm you can keep. It's good to know how much damage the first circle can do to you. After that, we get into the red zone, the advanced areas for advanced players, 50 to 100 hours probably. You're getting like 1 to 2 kills a game. You're getting a couple of chicken dinners, but nothing really crazy, and you want to up your shooting levels. Prison, short to mid-range combat. This whole area right here can range from short to mid-range, from mid to long range. I mean, it's insane what can happen there. Great place to get in fights and get to know better hiding areas. Novo, short to mid-range combat, tons of it, tons of cool loot too, so it's kind of a better way to get used to looting and fighting at the same time. Georgia Pole, it's just loot control. You know what building, you start to learn what buildings are priority buildings, what buildings are not priority buildings, what are good buildings, what are bad buildings. And then the black zones. Self-explanatory, never go here. Never go to shooting range, never go to school, never go to, well, you can go to Pachinki. I wouldn't recommend it though. You can go to military base, wouldn't recommend it though. But school and shooting range are black sites, never go there, along with hospital. Never go to these areas. Just black those off your map. Don't even think about going there. During the spawn, after the spawn, you never go near those areas, ever. Pachinki, I'm borderline questioning if I should make it a black zone after the spawn. It's just a bad place to go after the spawn. It's a horrible place to go. There's so many better options to go to. So, black sites, you guys know what those are. Just don't go there. It's always scary, always bad. Never good for anyone. This is also, this map is mainly based on if you want chicken dinners, guys. This is not like you have to do this. This is just a tutorial guide for like where best places to go if you're trying to win. If you're trying to get good loot and then you can kind of set up camp somewhere, this is a great way to to where to go to get that loot. Green areas, you're almost guaranteed an assault rifle all the time, every time. Orange zones, you're guaranteed assault rifles. Red zones, you're guaranteed military gear with assault rifles. I mean, intermediate orange zones, they're 50-50 shot of finding military gear. Kind of just a question of how much time you have to loot and how good you're looting. But this is not a guide to like always go. I really suggest like at least once or twice, like every now and then when you're just playing for fun, go to military base, go to Pachinki, heck, even go to school every now and then just to mess around. You know, it's a fun place to go. You'll see what I mean it's just pure chaos when you go to the school. But try these places out. But if you're trying to win and get chicken dinners and get like consistent top 10 games, the green places are guaranteed good places to go, and so on and so forth as you get into color level. So I hope you guys enjoyed this area. I'll get into more tutorials of guns and attachments and how to use them, and so on and so forth. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please drop a like, subscribe, comments. If you have questions about the map, please ask, and I will answer them the best I can. I put 300 hours in the game, so I've pretty much been at every single place in the map so far. So hope you guys enjoyed, and I will be back. But this is Batman, over and out.